Mose no Usho translates from Japanese to the Five Books of Moses in English. This refers to the Torah or Pentateuch, the first 5 books of the Hebrew Bible Old Testament. 1. Genesis, Chonshiki. 2. Exodus, Chuejputoki. 3. Leviticus, Rebiki. 4. Numbers, Misuki. 5. Deuteronomy, Simminki, Shinmiki. These books are traditionally attributed to Moses and form the theological and narrative foundation of Judaism and Christianity. The Japanese phrase Kyūyūk Seisho no hajime kara osatsume made o tsasu translates to the term name that refers to the first 5 books of the Old Testament. Here's a breakdown. Kyūyūk Seisho, Old Testament, no possessive particle of hajime kara osatsume made, from the beginning to the 5th book, refers to minchode as a name's term. This is often referring to the Pentateuch, also known as the Torah in Jewish tradition. The Japanese phrase Kyūyūk Seisho no chunshi ni buvun wo shimete imasu translates to it occupies a central part of the Old Testament, or more naturally, it plays a central role in the Old Testament. Here's a breakdown. Kyūyūk Seisho, Kyūyaku Seisho, equaled Old Testament. No, possessive particle of or linking word. Chūshintek buvun, panasam equals central part, oshimete imasu. Occupies, constitutes, makes up. Let me know if you need it adapted for a specific context, e.g. religious studies. The Japanese phrase kani farit no sho tomo yobaremasu. It is also called the Book of Law, among other names. Or more literally, it is also referred to as the Book of Law. Here's a breakdown. Hokani equals in addition, besides that, also. Fat equals the Book of Law. Farit, possessive, book writing, is also called, or is also referred to as. Let me know if you want it rephrased more formally or casually. The Japanese phrase, Tamsama wa Israel minzoku o irabi, translates to, God chose the people of Israel. Or more literally, God chose the Israelite people. Here's a breakdown. God, a respectful or honorific way to say God. Wa, topic particle. Israel minzok, the people or nation of Israel, the Israelites. Chose, from the verb irabu, to choose. Let me know if you'd like it in a different context, religious, historical, etc. The Japanese phrase karera o toushite can be translated as through them or by means of them. Breakdown. Karera, them, refers to a group of people, equals direct object particle, toushite, through, via, by means of. Example usage. Karera o toushite hananda. I learned through them. Let me know if you want help understanding the Japanese phrase "zen sekai ni shukufuku o motarasou nasaimashita" translates to he promised to bring blessings to the whole world. Here's a breakdown. Zen sekai equal the whole world, all the world. 2. Particle indicating direction or target. Shukufuk, blessing. Omotaras, equals to bring something. Koto, the act of, used to nominalize the verb. Yakusoik, promised. This phrase is likely from a religious or formal context, given the honorific nasaimat. Jutai teki ni wa, in Japanese translates to specifically or to be specific. In concrete terms, it's used to introduce a more detailed explanation or a specific example of something just mentioned. Example. Nippon no bunka ga suki desu. Guti teki ni wa chadao ya shudao ni kyumi ga arimasu. Japanese culture. Specifically, I'm interested in tea ceremony and calligraphy. Let me know if you want usage tips or example sentences. The phrase "fari o sazukete mamoru yo ni ue" in Japanese translates roughly to teach someone to give the law and to protect it, or more naturally, teach to impart the law and to uphold it. Breaking it down, faritsu equals law. Iwo equals object marker. Zukete, sazukete, to grant, to impart or to teach in a somewhat formal or respectful sense. Mamoru, mamoru, to protect, to obey, or to uphold. Yoni indicates purpose or manner, like so that, or in order to. Joe, oshie, teach, instruction. So the phrase describes teaching someone to give or impart the law and to obey or uphold it. It might come from a formal or classical text, possibly about legal education or moral instruction related to laws. If you want, I can help you with the context or a smoother English version. The phrase, Israel ga fornipekeba karera o fash, Japanese translates to, if Israel disobeys the law, punish them. Breaking it down, Israel, Israel, subject marker. Fornipekeba equals if they disobey the law. Fali, law. Peku, hiku equals to go against, disobey. If karera o fashi, punish them. Kareras, them. Fas, to punish. Here in a verb stem form implying action. Let me know if you want a more natural or nuanced translation. The phrase, Kami-sama no kukimin toshite no nimu o hataseru yo, can be translated as, so that can fulfill their duties as a citizen of God. Breaking it down. Kami-sama, God. No, possessive particle, of. Kokumin, citizen, people, as, in the role of nimu, duty, mission, o object marker, so that one can fulfill/accomplish. So it expresses the idea of enabling someone to carry out their responsibilities as a member of God's people. If you want, I can help you make it more natural or fit into a full sentence. The phrase joyuku sareta no desu translates to joyuku sareta, was educated or was trained, no desu, an explanatory or emphasizing ending, often like you see or it is that. So the whole phrase means something like, it is that was educated. Or more naturally, they were educated, you see. Or they have been trained. It's often used to explain or emphasize the fact that someone received education or training. If you want, I can help put it in a more natural English sentence, depending on the context. The phrase curse isha no keiko in Japanese can be translated as the above progress or the above course of events. The phrase above the above, more than the aforementioned, progress, course, passage of time or events. Uguo, particle marking the object of a verb. So isha no keiko typically introduces or refers to the progress, developments, or sequence of events mentioned above in a text or conversation. Depending on context, it could mean the progress described above, the above course of events, the above developments. If you want, you can share more of the sentence or context. The phrase, kono osho kara shiru koto ga dekimasu, translates to, you can learn or know from these 5 books. Breaking it down, kono, this, these 5 books. Kara equals from, shiru koto ga dekimasu, can know, learn, can find out. So, it's saying that you can gain knowledge or information from. Chonsiji in Japanese means Genesis, the biblical book of Genesis, or the concept of the creation or origin of the world. It literally breaks down to Chong equals create, make, sheish, world, generation, era, D, record, chronicle. So together it means the record of the creation of the world, or simply Genesis. Are you looking for a religious or literary context? Bunsho wa in Japanese breaks down as bunsho, this book, or the present book, wa, topic particle, indicating that this book is the topic of the sentence. So bunshuwa means as for this book, or this book regarding this book, often used to start a sentence explaining something about the book. If you have the full sentence, I can help translate the whole thing. The phrase daremo ga ito wa omoi megurasu tenti sonzao to translates to about the creation of heaven and earth and the beginning of humanity that everyone contemplates at least once. Breaking it down, daremo ga, everyone, ito wa, at least once, omoi megurasu, to ponder or contemplate, Tenti chonzo, creation of heaven and earth, the universe. To en jinne no hazme, the beginning of humanity. Nitsite, about, regarding. It's talking about a universal, profound topic that everyone thinks about at some point, the origin of the world and mankind. Kuvik yongwu tsukawazu in Japanese means without using scientific terms, or without using technical scientific jargon. It's a phrase often used when someone wants an explanation or description that's easy to understand and doesn't include complicated scientific language. Want me to explain something kuvik yongwu wo tsukawazu? The phrase yunga me miru yona in Japanese translates roughly to like how people see with their eyes, or as seen by human eyes. Breaking it down, hyut person people. Ga subject marker, me I eyes. De by with indicates means or method. Miru to see, look. Yona like, as if, similar to. So the phrase describes something in the manner that humans see with their eyes. If you want, I can help you put it in a natural English sentence. The phrase "suppu na kotoba de hi sarete imasu" in Japanese means it is written expressed in simple, plain words. Equals simple, plain, unpretentious. Kotoba, words, language. De equals by with, indicates means or method. Is written, is recorded, is described, passive form of. So overall, it describes something being written or described using simple. The Japanese word sarani means further, more, in addition, or even more. It's used to indicate something added on top of what's already mentioned or to emphasize an increase or intensification. For example, sarani oki, even bigger. Sarani benkyou suru, study more further. Do you want me to explain how it's used in sentences? The phrase tsui no kiwen in Japanese breaks down as follows. Tsui, sin, crime, guilt. No, possessive particle, meaning of. Kigen, origin, source. Ya, this can be a sentence-ending particle in some dialects, like Kansai dialect, meaning something like is or expressing emphasis, or it could be part of a phrase depending on context. So, literally, could mean the origin of sin is. Or in a dialectal emphatic sense, it is the origin of sin. Without more context, it's a bit ambiguous, but generally it refers to the origin, source of sin. If you have the full sentence or more context, I could give a more precise translation. Kami-sama ga yoi sareta keikaku ni tsure translates to about the plan prepared God in English. Breaking it down, kami-sama, full subject, marker, God is the one who will be prepared, yoi suru, plan, man. Plan means the about, regarding. So it's talking about a plan that God has prepared. Setsume sarete imasu, more correctly written as, means is being explained or is explained in English. Breaking it down, setsume equals explanation. Sarete equals passive form of suru, meaning is done. Imasu, polite present continuous auxiliary verb indicating ongoing action. So setsume sarete imasu literally means is being explained or sure is explained. Polite form. If you saw a space in imasu, it's probably a formatting or typing error. It should be written together as imasu.